Good morning. As some of you know, I've involved myself by request in helping support the prosecution of one David Hamblin and all those connected with him, and that's in the state of Utah. And there are three counties involved in this, and they're attorney generals. Sanpete, Juab, and Utah County. And the other day, I was in court, and that would have been, what county is it? That's Utah County. Listening to the prosecution and the defense as they laid out their reasons why they didn't and why they did want this prosecuted. And it was really interesting that the defense had no substance, okay? Just a lot of talk, call it a word salad, and they were trying to lead the defendants, which happened to be the attorney generals from those counties, they gave them leading statements that were very difficult to answer, and what the defense was trying to get them to say, especially with the AG from Juab and the AG from Sanpete County, is that there was no substance to these allegations. And so therefore they just kicked it up to the Utah County Attorney General. And these attorney generals were emphatic that that was not the case, okay? They were emphatic that the caseload was more than they could handle. One of the attorney generals from Sanpete called it a voluminous amount of evidence. In the Utah County Attorney General said it was 2,000 to 3,000 pages of evidence. So what's the holdback? What's the holdup from these judges giving a green light to prosecute this David Hamblin and anybody connected with him? Now, this would be just specifically David Hamblin, but there's a lot of people connected to him. High-ranking people and high positions are connected to him. In particular, David Leavitt, the former Attorney General from Utah County. And that's where it gets really interesting, because here a few years ago, he outed himself. He wasn't under investigation, but he tried to circumvent an investigation of some of these other characters like David Hamblin, because he knew it was going to lead to him also. And that's a sign of a guilty conscience, big time. But was there a method to his madness? Interesting enough, because the judge that's overseeing this now, whether or not to give the green light to prosecution, is trying to determine if there's a conflict of interest, because the current Attorney General from Utah County used to work under David Leavitt. David Leavitt was his boss. And that was the other thing that they're pushing. There's a conflict of evidence, a conflict of interest. Wow. Conflict of interest in prosecuting your former boss. That there is one of the things that the judge is looking at. And I suppose that's why he's having a difficult time. But he's got till September 30th. He's got till September 30th to hand down a decision on that. So, is that why David Leavitt did that? Why he outed himself? Because he understood that the other two counties didn't have the resources, the money, the manpower, the attorneys to try David Hamblin and by proxy even try him. And he knew they'd have to go to Utah County, and so forth. That's why he outed himself to set up a conflict of interest to stop it. Could it be? Over and out.